All right. Hopefully this works out well here. Okay, so that part right there. So when you walk out of Sanctuary, you nudge the door really hard on the right side. So as you're walking down the middle of the carpet, just make sure you center yourself well, because that'll waste quite a bit of time there. Look at you nudge this corner right there on the right. Green transition high, that's good. Okay. Not too bad. That part right there, you were facing forward towards this tree and then you went down. Just keep holding right to this tree and then angle down right to transition down this way at an angle as best as possible. That way you're not switching directions. Especially right here, it almost seems like you're going to exit this screen way too far left, and then you're going to have to go way right anyway. Okay, that was decent. Alright, that was good. Nudge that rock a little bit towards the top. Good diagonals there. Okay. You want to try to, if you can, double pump these stairs here. Any stairs that you go up, try to double pump them. Okay, I usually go through here, and then angle up. It saves you a little bit of time as you're angling up towards this position in here instead of going straight up and then straight right. You waste a little bit of time. If you do end up going through here and this Octorok shoots this rock at you, your shield will block it, so you don't have to worry about that. I usually just either boom or swing my sword if that guy gets in the way. It's not a big deal. Alright, that part right there. Look how high you went on this guard. Like, that's super, super high. You can literally be, like, touching this guy. Like, your body should be, like, his eye level here. And then you can boom on the first frame that he wakes up. That'll save you a little bit of time there. Nudge those stairs going up a little bit. My suggestion on going above this guard, I feel like you should only do that if you pump really well. I haven't timed going above or below. I see most people go below. The people that I see go above are like super, super good at pumping. So I guess use that as your discretion. All right, so the big reason why you want to have clean movement on these stairs and double pump them is because you will beat this guard. So if you have good pumping up all these stairs, this guard will be like probably right where my cursor is by the time you exit right out of these stairs. And you don't have to waste time booming or whatever you do. You will already be ahead of him. Alright, that part you should have just angled into the door. You kind of do this thing with your movement when you go like too high and then you have to go right and then you go up. Try to get closer to this ropa here and then just angle right here. Angle up and to the right and then clean door movement. Yeah, some good pumping. Bad. All right, this is just a little RNG reaction, but if you start to angle down here and this skeleton gets in your way, just swing your sword and make him jump back. I think you went a little bit too far left on that pot, which is fine. I'm sure you know your mistake here. Obviously crossing the specific lines that you're not supposed to cross to get this extra guy to appear here. I know sometimes that gets a little annoying, but I'm sure you know the strat, so I won't go too much into depth with that. Clean movement through the door. Let me go back to this here real quick. Now this arrow pot right here, you can choose to gamble and skip that if you want to, because the Igors at the end have a really high drop rate of arrows. There are times where they don't drop arrows and you can screw yourself, but that's just a choice that you'd have to make yourself if you want to gamble that skip or not. All right, those stairs right there. See how you nudge the right of those stairs as you went up? Just try to make sure you stay aligned. Yeah, that was good. Not sure why you went up so much there. All right, once you hit this spot right here, just hold angle up and right. Hold angle up and right until you unlock the door, and then snap into it. A quick up and left movement. Instead of going up here and then straight at the door, you'll save a lot of time by angling up, unlocking the door, and then snapping right into it. I know this part gets a little finicky sometimes. I'm sure you know the strat, you just missed it. Okay, so this part right here, always go left. Always, 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 always go left. Even if there's an enemy right here, you always want to go left. You can boom them, you can hit them with your sword and then try to boomerang a rupee. Up to you what you want to do. But this door on the top is off-centered. I'll show you here in a second. So this door favors the left side, as you can see. So you always want to go left here. You can do a few pumps on the right part of this pillar. And then just like the last door, hold angle up and right until you unlock the door and then snap into it. All right, pumping against that wall, that's good. That was clean door movement. Okay. You can pump against that on the right side as well. This part right here, once you get out of the doorway, just hold angle up and right. It'll put you right in front of the ropo that you got to hit with your sword. I mean, there's no reason to go right and then up. I mean, you're literally wasting frames in time by doing that. Oops, I didn't mean to do that. Sorry. I don't know why you went so far right here. Are you nervous for hitting this Igor? I mean, you can be so much closer when you shoot your arrow. I would try to work on that timing a little bit better. Make these pot pickups a little bit faster. I guess I didn't see if you canceled stair leg or not. Let me see. Okay, that was good. You can pick up this pot from the corner right here, and then you can pick up this pot from the bottom corner just to make this room a little bit faster. You could have kept going up there. You could have just angled right up here and you'd have been above this cannonball. I'm not sure why you went down. Yeah, you could have totally made that. This room is just more RNG reaction, to be honest with you. It's just something you got to work on. You'd be a little closer to that Igor. Alright, this spot right here. There is a visual cue for this spot. So this diamond tile right here, if you line up in the middle of this, you can release your sword spin and kill all 6 of these guys. So it almost looked like you went up to this tile. You went a little bit too high by killing these guys. You went super low here. You don't have to go that low. You could probably be way up here. What I do on this one is use your angle inputs. So you can shoot the first arrow and then go angle up to the right, shoot two arrows, and then angle up to the left and shoot another arrow. More timing work. Okay. Wasn't bad. I mean, you can make it a little bit faster by going straight left instead of going up to the wall and shooting down. But that just takes practice and timing. If that way makes you feel more comfortable, stick with it. Okay. Alright, so for Sash, see how close you are to him? The saying is you don't have to kiss Sash. You can be a tile or so away from Sash and talk to him. I know it's kind of small movement, but it does save you time. You could probably be like right where my mouse is. You could be right about here when you stop. And you can hit the A button to talk to Sash that far away. So, spin speed, I mean, that's just something you got to work on. I'm not sure why you were running before you hit the spin speed button, but... Okay, that wasn't bad. Okay, so for this part right here, I don't know why this thing hates me. There we go. For this part right here, optimally what you want to do is you want to hit this bush right here with your dash and then dash down right here. And then taking this slope down with your dash. Going this far here and dashing down is going to waste you a lot of time. There's 2 good ways to do this. As soon as you hit this first bush, you can cancel your dash with a right input and then start your dash and then hit down. The more optimal way to do it is once you hit this first bush, you can cancel your dash with a down left angle input. And then dash and then hit down. So right here you dash down too low. As soon as you hit this slope right here, you can dash left. This will line you up perfectly with the bushes on the next screen. And you'll be just below the guards so they can't hit you. See how you had to readjust on that screen right here? Right there, you readjusted angled up. Here's my biggest advice for that. If you ever need to readjust or change your movement, never go angle. You always want to maximize your dashes. So when you're right here, I would just hit up and then dash left. I mean, you're wasting frames here by angling up, walking, and then dashing, rather than just hitting up and maximizing your dash left. Hopefully that makes sense to you. I don't know if you're going to try spin speed here, but when you dash in this screen, I would hold the sword and angle your way up here. The reason why you do that is because it saves you on frames from actually swinging your sword. But it's just totally up to you what makes you feel more comfortable. And that way, if you're holding your sword, you can transition to the next screen and then spin speed. Okay, you don't even try spin speed. Interesting. You can spin speed on the bottom ladder there. So right here, my sword is held. I use my spin speed, and then I hit the bottom of this ladder here to go up. Then you would spin speed out of here. Okay, so you do. You missed it. That's fine. But at least you know you got the right idea there. So here you want to be more, you want to transition this screen more in the middle of the pathway. You were a little bit too left. If you transition through the middle of the pathway, it sets you up in better position to dash down, and then you want to dash right about here. And I know that guard sword will get close to you, but if you're in the middle of the pathway here and you dash right here, you should be fine.
Jesus, could I have like the worst, like sloppiest play and luck in this run? Like really?
Okay. Alright, this one right here, I'm sure you probably knew, but you want to have cleaner down movement right here. You're a little bit too far left, which is really, really bad because that puts you into the water state. And that's going to even slow down your dash movement. So if you're exactly lined up with this right here and you dash down, you're going to be dashing on this platform right here, which is going to be a lot faster. So you hear that water? See how that water dash slowed you down so much? Okay. You did dash a little bit different. So optimally what you want to do is you want to dash down right here. You want to hit this bush. You want to hit this bush as a dash down, and you want to stop and dash left right here. And then you will dash left, you'll hit this slope, and you'll keep dashing down. But instead you went like really far down here. You're losing out on frames and time just on your movement right there. Okay. You can use this piece of grass as your visual cue to let you know if you're too high or too low, transitioning the screen to see if you're going to hit this cactus or not. This game literally it's all about movement, but a huge part of this game is about visual cues as well. So I always try to look for visual cues to help you line up better. See how you had to go angle down just to make sure you wouldn't dash into this cactus? Use that piece of grass as a visual cue. Okay. That was a good pause buffer. I'm not going to tell you where to use pause buffers because that is completely the runner's discretion. But using pause buffers to switch to items and to help you not bonk on things is a really, really good idea. You want to double pump those stairs going up as well. Okay, that was good. Alright, the reason that guy hit you... I gotta see if I can get it here. It looked like you kind of angled upwards. Yeah, right here. You kind of went... You dashed too high, and then you had to go down. So by the time you transition this screen, this guy's already spawning. So because you dashed a little high, and then you had to angle down to go pick up the pot, and you started your dash a little bit high too, you could have dashed while you were level with the bottom portion of this wall, and you probably would have been fine. But since you had to readjust here and readjust up here, it gave him much more time to spawn to get closer to you. Okay. Alright, this one right here, is it optimal to dash poke this guy? Yes. Is it ideal? It depends on your skill level. You gotta remember, consistency is speed. So if you consistently don't get this dash poke, literally just hold your sword right here and release your spin to kill him. Okay. Everybody does this screen differently, so I'm not going to say anything about this screen. That looked pretty good. Let me look at that dash real quick. See how many steps you took after that screen transition? It's normal because, I mean, I do the same thing. You want to hold the direction that you're going to dash upon screen transition, but you also have to remember the longer you walk before you hit that dash, the more frames you're losing. So try to work on dashing a little bit earlier upon screen transition. It hates me. This timeline is so hard. Okay, this part right here. Okay, so this part, once you screen transition, you want to immediately be holding down right diagonal. Going diagonal all the way this way till, boom, you line up with the door, and then you go in. But instead, you go down quite a bit to like here, and then you start moving. Okay, so this part right here, the reason you got hit is because your sword input got eaten. So it does take a few frames after stopping a dash before you can hit your sword. That you just have to time out yourself. So for this specific RNG, you can do a couple things. It does look like you're about to pause buffer to figure out what you need to do, which is good. That's a really great spot to pause buffer. If you're going to try to pause buffer this, maybe do it a little bit earlier. But for this screen, when you dash, if you immediately stop right here and then start a dash again, you're able to dash through these top marbles here, and then before these two on the sides hit you. Okay. Okay, for this one, you want to angle out of here, what you did. You want to be lined up with this right wall as you screen transition, because that way you can dash up, stop your dash, grab the arrow pot, and get out of there. But because you went so far left, once you screen transition, you have to move back right to dash up to this pot, which is wasting movement. as you see here. Yep. So you had to move back right for the pot. The dash left was good. Yeah, it wasn't too bad. Pretty clean. Okay. I didn't see a lot of wiggle movement there. Let me see. Yeah, you only did a couple of inputs. You really want to wiggle those stairs when you go up. Okay, see how you started your dash down here? You want to be a couple steps down. You want to start your dash right here. And that will give you optimal movement out of there. Also, I can see when you're moving, you're still mashing A to get rid of the text boxes, which is why when you turn around and you get right about here, you're going to see your movement try to start a dash because you're still mashing A to get rid of that text box. That's going to waste you a lot of time. If you can time those text boxes and just hit L and R, that's going to be much more optimal for you. See how you start your dash here? Yep, because you're still mashing A. Okay, that was good. You could have lined that key dash up a little bit more to the center, but that wasn't too bad. For this one here, you don't have to go so far left. You could start your dash like right here, and you're still able to clip this guy. All right, so it comes to, I see you doing this out of doorways a lot, and this is something that I used to do as well. So you're angling out of this doorway, and you're starting your dash like here. Look how much space you're wasting, which you should be maximizing your dash. So right out of this doorway, hit up and start your dash immediately to the right. Okay, you can dash up there, you don't have to walk. So as soon as you hit this guy, you can line yourself up with this statue and start your dash right where this rope had died. Start your dash all the way up. Optimally, I think you didn't do it because you had to pick up hearts, but optimally you want to dash up and then dash left. But I figured you didn't because you're probably picking hearts up. For torches too, something to work on a little bit is you can light torches like a tile away. That torch reach is pretty far. So that'll help you with your torch timing. Whoa, 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 let's go back here. What in the world did you do here? Alright, so I don't know if those dashes were optimal. Obviously, it comes back to your torches before. You're supposed to light left, right, top, left. So you're closer to the doorway once you finish. And what you want to do, since you should be here anyway on your last lamp, hold angle up left until you unlock the door and then snap into it. Okay. You're in a really good spot. That's a really good spot to be in. Okay, that guy took a short hop. That was unfortunate. So kind of the rule of thumb here, and this is all discretion, but this seems to work pretty well. If the land molas spawn like below this line here, they're much lower. More than likely, they're gonna go up. So the lower land mola spawn, you want to be on top, shooting down. If they're towards the middle or so, or the higher spots, I'm always on the left or the right of them. But like I said, that's your discretion. Once you practice land molas a little bit, you'll kind of start to understand their movement a little bit. Yeah, I would have taken that guy from the top, which he went up. That was good. It wasn't a bad land mola. And also, too, I don't know if I didn't notice it either, but... Oh, whoa. Let's back this up for a second. Okay. So I don't know if you know Sandman Dash. Sandman Dash is a little bit faster, but if you're comfortable with this route, stick with it. As far as picking up pendants and stuff, kind of learn how to pick up pendants and crystals a little bit lower to optimize frames. Okay, so a little bit of a movement thing here. So right here, I usually stop my dash, which it looks like you did, which is good. I would go down to here and dash right. This is optimizing your movement, and your dash is a little bit better. Boom, and then hit the slope to go down. It kind of seemed like you went like down, and then you angled down here, and then you started your dash. You started your dash really late. Also, you dash a little bit low here. Try to use visual cues to make sure you line up on the screen transition. Okay, that was good. So upon this screen transition, you gotta know that this guy's too low. If this guy is at the top of this shadow here of the mountainside, he's too low. You're going to hit him. So yet again, just using some of these visual cues to give you a hand. That was unfortunate, but that's fine. Okay, that was good. That part right there, I usually just hold forward and angle down. Hey, look, you canceled that box with R. How come you don't do that for everything else? Okay, mash L4, mash L4, mash L4, switch to L and R. That was perfect, dude. Why are you only doing that on Old Man? Do that with everything. Dude, these Old Man text boxes are perfect, dude. Okay. See how your spin speed on the mountain is. Dash. Okay, you might have made that with a dash. It was good RNG reaction, though. Okay, got it. Okay. Alright, you definitely... There you go, there's your double pump. Okay, let's back up. You want to start double pumping that right away. So this one, once you get to right around where you're at, you want to be holding right and then you obviously have to do an angle upright just so you face right, but you're still going up the ladder. You want to go this pathway below the rocks and slide down. And you want to slide down right here, immediately hold right, and go all the way below that rock. You're going to slide this way. You're going to slide up here. Once you get to this spot, there's a lot of different things that you can do because you want to hit this quick warp. The quick warp is entering this warp right here from the bottom right of the warp. So what you can do is once you get to this spot, you can hit dash to cancel your super speed. You can hit this spot right here and then menu buffer to the mirror so you know that you're lined up with the bottom right. There's a quick warp up there as well too, which you didn't hit, but that's fine. Alright, a little bit of squirrel suckiness. You want to double pump those stairs. There is a document on my spreadsheet for quick warps, and it shows you a picture of every single quick warp, so that could help you out. Quick warps save around 20 or so frames, and I think there's like 12 quick warps in the game or something like that, so and that considerably saves you some time. Okay. You can hit that crystal switch a little bit lower to put you in better position. If that double dash there makes you feel comfortable, by any means do it. Optimally what you want to do is after you hit this switch with your boomerang, you just hold angle up and left until you're on this square. And then you want to throw your boomerang right, line up with this square, and dash up. That way you're lined up perfectly to dash past this light and all the way up here. But that's your discretion. If you feel comfortable doing it this way, stick with that. You just have to add in a second dash. I'm not going to say anything about boom dash here, because what you do on this screen is more than fine. The boom dash does save you, I think, a second, but it's not that big of a deal. Okay, that's a good dash buffer. I like that. I use the lamp dash buffer in exactly the same spot. Okay, you can do those torches a little bit faster, but that's just something you got to work on. Because remember, you can light those torches a lot sooner. You don't have to be touching the torch to light it. There is an optimal way to do beetles. Stick with that, though. There's so many top runners that do that exact strat. If that's more comfortable, stick with it. Being more comfortable with the room is far more important than trying to struggle with an optimal strat. Far more important. Stop your dash a little bit early there. Okay. A decent bomb jump. Grab the bomb, there you go. You want to dash up there and dash left if you can. You go for bumper skip. Okay. For Moldorm, it's just something you got to practice. One thing I will tell you about Moldorm, if you spend a little time practicing him, you can predict a lot of his movements. Probably the most important thing to say is the tail will always follow the head. So if you're standing behind Moldorm, which is an optimal place to be, and you watch where his head goes, you know exactly where you need to position yourself to hit the tail, because the tail always follows the head. For this one, you stop your dash a little bit early there. Let's see if I can get it here. Ooh, wrong one. Right here. Okay, you can keep dashing up a little bit further. See how you handle this next room here. Whoa, you buffered super early. So what I do for this one is as soon as you enter, and there's 5 pits. Of course, this is your first pit. As you're dashing down, count the corners of the pits. As soon as you hit 5, you're able to either do your pause buffer on the bottom, which is a perfect thing. You'd want to pause buffer to your arrows, because that's the next thing that you're going to use. And then that way, as you're unpausing the pause buffer, you can just hold down and dash out of the door. Not bad. Just different enemies that you can kill. Okay. Wasn't bad. Okay. Let's go back. So I would start your dash right here. I'm not sure if you walk all the way down and then you line yourself up with the log, but as soon as you grab the Master Sword, start your dash right here. And dash all the way down to the log. And then cancel your dash and then angle down left into the log. Go cancel with LNR. Nice job. So that got a little scary. You almost killed that bird off screen. Honestly, I would change this up a little bit for you. So this still isn't the hard strat. I would hold angle down right till you get to here. Use this grass as your visual cue. And you want to dash right here. All the way to the log. Once you get to the log, you can dash up till right about here, and then you can just swing your sword once left and be able to kill this bird that's right here. That's what I would try to do. Just make it a little bit faster. Okay, that wasn't bad. Nudge that corner a little bit, but not the biggest worry in the world. See that again? Your dash? Like, upon your screen transition, I swear to God, you take like 2 steps before you dash. Look how far! Look how far that is! Try to work on that dashing upon screen transition. Okay, that was good. Nice job. Do you get the fence dash? All right, good job. Whoa, what in the world happened there? Whoa, why? Okay. All right, so for this one, you stop your dash pretty darn close to where you needed to. Just hold angle down right. Hold angle down right here, and then dash right. I'm not sure why you stopped with your probably right input, and then you take some steps right. You want to angle that. For this one, just for future reference, because it's really important going into Aga Tower with sword beams. If you dash up right here and you nudge this part of the bridge, you will never get hit by those guards. If you dash right here, you have a chance of getting hit by those guards. You didn't this time, but you can definitely get hit by them. So try to dash up slightly here so you just barely nudge this. Oh, you know why you didn't get hit by those guards? Did you see that? As soon as you get here, you stopped your dash, you repositioned left, and then you dashed up again. So you wasted a lot of frames there. You probably wasted more than a half a second doing that. Just that second dash. Oof. Rest in peace, sword beams. These guards, if you'd have just swiped them, they probably would have dropped a heart. These guys have a super high drop rate for hearts. So the more time that you save with sword beams in Aga Tower, a quick swipe for a heart probably wouldn't have wasted you that much time. You want to dash down right there. So once you get to the top of these stairs, dash out. So a good rule of thumb to remember, if your destination to where you want Link to go is more than 4.5 tiles, always dash. If it's less than 4.5 tiles, walk. So that's always a nice rule of thumb for you. You kind of slash that door too far right. So you have to reposition yourself left to go in there cleanly. Alright. So optimally, I don't know if you know all the optimal strats, but this is definitely one optimal strat you want to know. You might already know it. Obviously you don't do it because you don't have sword beams, but what you want to do is when you head into this door, hold angle up left all the way up here until you get even with this guard, and then you want to let your sword swing go. So he's going to get hit by your sword swing, and then what you do is you fire one arrow up, you take a step down, and then you fire another arrow up. That'll kill this guy, and because you step down to fire the last arrow, this guy will be right here, and as you step down to fire this last arrow, he'll move down just a little bit, which puts this guy into perfect position right here. So once this guy's dead, you turn right, you fire your sword beam, hit this guy once, and when you fire your sword beam, you hold your sword. You walk over, this guy will be right about here, and then you release your sword spin, trapping him on this wall right here, so you'll get a double hit on him and he'll die. If you don't have sword beams, the optimal thing is just to turn around and hold your sword. I'm not sure if you do that. You do that, okay. So, without sword beams, you did the right thing. So, nice job. Alright, this one. So, this one you really want to pay attention to because these are your fairy guards. If you kill these guys with a sword spin or a sword slash, they have a high probability of dropping a fairy. You do not want that. I know it's not super high on your priority list because you still have powder. So once you get to the late dungeons like T-Rock, you have powder at your disposal. But you want to get used to the strat because once you drop powder, that fairy in T-Rock is going to be absolutely huge. So what you want to do is you want to kill these guys by dashing through them. I don't know if you know, but if you dash through an enemy, you don't get their drop. So you can manipulate prize pack drops on certain enemies that you dash through. So optimally, what you want to do, if you have sword beams, go to the bottom of the carpet, and then you want to fire one sword beam, hit this guy, fire another sword beam, hit this guy, and then dash through him. You dash through, you go down, you open the chest. If you don't have sword beams and you want to manipulate the fairy, you can do a triple dash. Triple dash on these guards it's pretty hard. That's just something that you're going to have to practice. But okay, that was a good key dash. The other thing is, if these guys don't drop a fairy, the next one that can drop a fairy is the mini Helmasaur. That's in pod. And then the next ones are going to be the Pokies that are in T-Rock. So you got lucky there, you did not get the fairy drop. Okay, that was good movement. Dash down, dash, okay, dash again. Okay. Good so far. I do want to point out one thing though. Okay. Ooh, and a bonk. Alright, so when this room is really hard to make optimal. And the big things too is when you go around corners, these pieces of the rail on the end, you do not want to nudge against those. That will waste you a crap load of time. So make sure when you turn all these corners with these end pieces here, make sure you turn them very cleanly. Okay. You could have just held angle up there. That'd have been fine. Okay. There's a lot of different strats in this room. I wouldn't have... Why did you go back down for that guard? So if you would have just kept walking up and then dashing right, you'd have been completely fine. I'm not sure why you went back down for that guy. Maybe it was because you saw your rupees and you were 6 rupees short? Which is fine, because once you get to the Circle of Pots room, there's 6 rupees in those 2 pots. Blue rupee on the right and a green rupee on the left. So you didn't have to go back for this pot. I'm not sure if that was why you did it. It might have been. Alright, this room. Okay, so it looked like you knew the strat, but maybe you messed it up. So what you want to do is angle down here while your sword's held out. You want to poke this guy. It should slide him to the right. You don't want to poke him immediately down like you did, because then he's just going to go down and he's not going to be in position. So you want to be like right here when you poke him. So it's going to poke him to the right, and then you want to follow him a little bit to the right and slash your sword. And then you want to hold down to line up with the bottom part of the wall, so you can dash up and get a perfect key dash on that door. If you do that room with beams, it's a little bit different. Alright. Okay. You had the right idea in this room. So here's a big thing in this room not a lot of people notice. When you're coming up these stairs, you can literally see every position these guys are going to go. So this guy's walking right. So it looks like you do exactly what you're supposed to. You walk right, you walk down. Actually, as soon as you're right here, you can fire your first arrow down. So walk right, fire your first arrow. As you're walking down, fire your second arrow. You should kill this guy, but you should be right about here. And then what you want to do, this guard is going to get alerted, and he's going to move up right here. So as soon as you kill this guy, you want to dash left. Dash through these 2 eye birds here and stop right here. Because right when you stop, he's going to fire his first spear from here, which your shield should block it. So as soon as you dash through these guys, stop, and you should be able to fire 2 arrows and hit this guy right here. But because you went so low on this guy is probably going to go up right here, I'm guessing. That was close enough. Okay. See how fast you went for that red guard? You alerted him, and then you went right for that corner. Just pause a second. Let this... Because if you pause a second, you give this guard enough time to get over here. Because you want to double slash this guy, but also hit this guy with one of the slashes. This corner right here is safe to double slash this guy. Also, if you go down a little bit more, you can trap him against this wall right here as you double spin. Okay. Yeah, this one was just a little unfortunate for you. Okay. Do you pause buffer to boom here? Okay, nice. See the RNG. Okay, that was a good room. Alright, double dash, that was good. Okay. Okay, this one right here, not a huge deal. You did just fine. But what you can do is after you boom this guy, hit angle up left right here. So you don't have to go up, you don't have to go left, and then you don't have to go up. If you just hold angle up left right here, you get diagonal movement, which is what you want. And you can stop right at the edge of this, and you can dash straight up the stairs. See how you got to stop your dash and readjust to the right a little bit? Kind of a quick thing. You can knock this curtain down with your sword from the side. If you're touching the top of the wall, you can just keep going right and then swing your sword right. Instead of having to go right, readjust, up, swing your sword up and then go through. You can hit this as you're facing right. There are some optimal strats to do with Ega. Depending on if you want to be optimal or not. So right here, I mean, it was the first one and the second one, but I'll show you an example on the third one. So what I would do is I would hold my sword right here, and I would go underneath him and go on the left side to release it. Because that means you're going to hit him more towards the middle, which will make his teleports much faster. So let's just say he's going to, after you hit him here, he's going to teleport down here, or he's going to teleport here, or anywhere on this side, right? If you hit him here, he's going to get knocked back all the way over here, which makes his teleport all the way over here so much longer. So, optimally what you want to do, try to hit him back into the middle as much as you can. I would have hit him left. If you would have hit him left, he would have ended up right here, and then teleporting up here is fast. You hit him right, and he ended up here. Now he's got to teleport all the way over this way. Hopefully that makes a little bit of sense to you. Sometimes where he's at right now, you can't really do that, but most of the time you can. Okay. Okay, right there. All right. So you have the start of this right. As soon as you dash off this and you land, keep holding your sword. Because as you were dashing, your sword is already charging. So when you leap off of here and you land and your sword is still held, your sword's going to be charged pretty much as soon as you land. Maybe a few steps after, which will line you up perfectly with the stairs to release your spin for spin speed. But since you landed, you let go of your sword, which meant you have to re-slash, and then you have to wait for it to charge again to do spin speed. So keep holding your sword the entire way through here.
Yeah, I'm just focused on getting the best segments.
Dashed a little bit too low there, but just start using visual cues on Overworld. Okay. Alright, so for this part, I'm not going to tell you what's right and wrong because so many people do this screen differently. I'll tell you what I do. Let me see here. I don't know why I have to... Alright. So since I'm big on maximizing my dashes, for this one, I feel like to save the most time, you really have to push your dash to this wall to maximize your dash without bonking. So what I do is as soon as I come out of here, I go left to right here, and I dash up, which will bring you all the way to the top here. Just a suggestion. Okay. Wasn't bad. Dash. Okay. Alright, so for Kiki, once again, you want to maximize your dashes, right? So once you bring Kiki out of his hole here, just go up against the wall, right here, and dash right. So I would assume, as soon as you get up here, you're going to dash right anyway. Let's see. Yep, you did. So you started your dash here. Don't you think it'd make a lot more sense to start your dash here? It's all about maximizing your dashes and your movement. Okay, let's see how your Kiki skip is. Okay, that was pretty good. What I do there personally is I pause buffer to mirror because you need to be on mirror first anyway. So that just helps me get a better Kiki pull at the doorway there. But personal preference. It's all up to you. All right, this part.
I got this.
Okay. My suggestion here, walk. From the entrance to right here is, I want to say, less than 4.5 tiles. So I walk up, and right when I hit here, I dash left. Look how high you're dashing here. You should be dashing low. So I walk up, I dash left until I hit this spot, which means you should be below the switch. And then I cancel my dash with angle down left, start my dash again while I'm looking left, and then I hit up to dash over this and get clean door movement. Okay, wasn't too bad. This one right here, that's at least where I would stop, and I would go down and grab this pot from this corner. You don't have to be so far left to grab this pot. Okay, so here's my suggestion for you. Depending on what you want to do. Come on, game. So if you want to keep your Kiki pull the same, that's fine. My God, dude, this is so hard to work with. What I would do is I would dash buffer to mirror right here. So you're right with the chest, you dash buffer, or I'm sorry, you pause buffer to the mirror, and then you immediately grab the chest without bonking. Maybe that will be a better spot for you to pause buffer. Okay. Pretty good. Oh man, you stopped your dash super low. Alright, you should be able to stop your dash right here. So this one's a little bit RNG reaction as well. You have to know where this jelly is at. So stop your dash right here, which is pretty much even with the walls here. And as soon as you stop your dash, you're going to start walking and angling up and to the right towards this pit. And what you want to do is, if the jelly is not in your way, you can side hop this to make it quicker. I'm not sure if you know how to side hop, but if not, just let me know. If the jelly is in your way, you want to slash the jelly and just do a regular forward hop off this. The reason being is because if you have to delay to slash the jelly, if you still quick hop off here, you're going to get hit by this fireball from the side. So right there, the jelly's not in your way. You should be able to quick hop off of this. I think you went a little bit left past the pot there and you had to readjust back right. Okay. Alright, so here... Okay. Everybody does this screen differently, so I'm not going to tell you what's right or wrong. It's whatever... Most of this is whatever works best for you, so always remember that. Whatever works best for you. If it's consistent, if it's safe, stick with that. My suggestion on this screen is place your bomb a lot sooner. Because you place your bomb once you're way up here. You want to place your bomb probably right around this jelly, which will give you enough time to pick it up, walk over here, throw it, and get above it right when it's about to explode. But since you place your bomb so late, you gotta wait a while. The placement on this one, this first, here's your visual cue here. This first line on this rail, I'm gonna circle it here. This is where you want to throw your bomb. If you're holding up and you throw your bomb once you're right here, the bomb should be in perfect position to not hit you and blow it up. Every time. You were a little bit too low on that. That's fine. And I'm sure you know you never want to bonk on this wall right here because you get screwed in the stairway. So that was a good menu buffer. Cancel stair leg. Yep, okay. You wanna... You can make several dashes here. I mean, you can dash right. I mean, from the middle here where you stop your dash all the way to here is more than 4.5 tiles. So you know you can maximize your dash here. So I would dash right, and then I would dash up right here until you hit this spot. And then push the block. You can choose to side hop off there or not. It's your discretion. Alright, right here. Alright, so that was a good dash. Once you... God damn, this is so hard to work with. Alright, once you hit this spot right here, you can key dash this. As long as you're lined up with the bottom of this rail. So you're dashing along, as soon as you hit this spot, cancel your dash with angle down left. And then start your dash again, and then hit up. And you should be able to key dash through this. Bomb jump, I'm not going to say. See, yeah, look at that. There's your fairy. Right on that mini Helma. So, your bomb jump was pretty good. So, I'm not going to say anything about bomb jump. I would dash down right here, dash left, and dash right. Okay, so you dashed right. Ooh, you bonked on the wall. Yikes. So I would dash right, and as soon as I got to the chest, I would pause. Actually, I wouldn't pause buffer to mirror. I would already be on mirror. I'm sorry. I should have probably explained that. Let me go back here real quick. Crap, I'm not sure how far back I went. Okay, I need to go back more. I apologize, man. Okay. It's just impossible to use this timeline on here. This is impossible. Okay, when you're placing your bomb out, right? So you walk up there, you pause buffer where you need to be. You should switch to bomb. Okay? And then if you're in the right position, you place the bomb out, you throw out another bomb so you can throw it at the crack in the wall by the chest, and then you go back down and you pause buffer again to make sure that you're in position with the bomb. On this pause buffer, what you do here, it's a free pause buffer. So as you're pause buffering to line up where you need to be for the bomb, switch to mirror. Because you don't switch to mirror at this point, which means you're going to have to pause buffer again just to switch to mirror. So you should already be on that. Hopefully that makes sense to you. Alright, we already talked about that dash. This one's just an annoying archery game that you gotta play. That just takes practice for positioning. Alright. You can learn a sexy statue, as they call here. Not the biggest thing in the world if you don't know it. See how your mimics are. Okay, I mean, not bad. Okay. That's not bad. You can be a lot lower, so when you hit that switch with your sword beam, you can immediately dash right. That just takes a little position practicing, just to know where you can and can't be. Okay. Couple of input mistakes there, probably. That was just bad RNG in Turtle Room. I do remember you saying something about Turtle Room, that you know how to do the strat. So I'm not going to say too much about this room. Turtles are just mean to you right now.
I usually do that one just fine.
Once we get towards the middle of your playthrough, it'll be a little bit easier just because we've talked about most of your movement and maximizing dashes and stuff. So it'll probably go a little bit faster towards the end. Almost sorry, you just gotta practice, honestly. There is a hammer strat for it, but unless you're 100% consistent with it, I would stick with sword swings. That wasn't a terrible helm at all. I don't even think you got hit, because you're already down hearts from turtles. See how like you were below the crystal there and you went up? I would work on your pendant and your crystal lineup, because the lower you are, the faster you catch it. You save frames. Kind of goofy, I know, but it works. Okay. Here. So for here, I would stop. Remember maximizing your dashes, right? So as you're coming out of here, start your dash right here, and you want to stop your dash right here. And then you can just hold along this wall as you hit angle down left to go in, instead of stopping right here, going down, going left. It's wasting a lot of movement time. Okay. Okay. Stop your dash a little bit early there, but that's okay. Hey, that was a nice bird dash, dude. Give you props for that. That was good. See what you do here. Okay, that was good. You maximized your dash there. Alright. Nice item dashing. Alright, here we go. Right there. There's another good example. So upon the screen transition, look what you do. You screen transition, and then you go angle up. I know you have to line up with the top of this wall, so once you get to the third screen, you don't get hit by the spear, right? So perfectly normal, but instead of angling up, just hit up. Hit up and start your dash here. You want to maximize those dashes. Huge on movement, dude. You can save so much time. Same thing with the flowers. You want to stop at this flower and dash down. I mean, that'll take a little bit of practice to get used to it. Okay, that was good. Okay, what I would do here, stop your dash here, go down, and remember maximizing your dash, right? So start your dash here, dash all the way along, and then stop your dash here to dash up. There is a quick warp here that you might just have to line up. Now you do some oopsie digs here. Whoops. So if you try to line up the quick warp, you're going to be more in the middle of this tree. If you're in the middle of this tree, you can literally just hold up and then dig. You don't have to go up and then dig right. If you're in the right position, you can just hold up and dig. Okay, this one you want to be all the way to the left. So dash out of here as far as you can left, and then dash right up on this tree line. Once again, you want to hold your sword in this screen transition so you can spin speed. You definitely want to spin speed on this screen. Usain Bolt, he's mean. I'm not sure why you don't try spin speeding on that screen. Oh, okay, your pathway here, not good. Oh, okay, you're going for a safety. Okay, that's fine. Not going to say anything else about that. So from here, I'm guessing you're going to get mushroom. Let's see what you do. If you activate the flute and you fly away to get powder, flute right here, because you're leaving anyway probably. There's no reason for you to. Yep, exactly. There's no reason for you to go all the way up here to activate your flute. Activate your flute as soon as you get in there. Okay. There is a pathway at the top which I think is faster, but I'm not going to talk about that because I'm not sure what the timing is. So I'm not going to suggest that. Okay. And you need a little bit cleaner movement on that overworld screen. I'm not going to talk about that screen because there's a lot of different things you can do. You're just going to have to work on it. If you do have additional questions on that screen for me, let me know. I can show you a couple optimal things. Okay, so there we go again about maximizing dashes, right? You went so far right here. You could have just went up and started your dash right here. So in that case, you probably should have just walked down. Look how low you're starting. So you should have been dashing here. Stop your dash right here and then dash down. I mean, you're that's a lot of movement that you're wasting right here for dashing. A lot of time. Okay, that's a really good pause buffer. I like that. Maximize your dash. Did you hit quick warp? You did. Okay, that was good. What do you do here? Okay. This one I'll give you a little tip. Can't really see it. But for this one, when you dash up, as soon as you hit this spot, you can cancel your dash with a down input. Start your dash facing down and then just hit left. That'll help you out there. Okay, that was good. You had to readjust there a little bit. So you need to remember using those visual cues. You could line up with those bench seats there, or whatever they are. Okay. Alright, this part right here. Okay. So rely on this fire bar. If you see this fire bar on this screen right here coming down, walk. If there's no fire bar right here, as soon as you stop your dash, you're going to want to walk here and side jump off and dash up. If there is a fire bar here, then you want to dash right, side hop, and then dash up. That's okay. There's your side hops. You know what you're doing there. So in this screen, oh shit. After you transition to this screen, you always want to walk up. Walk up here and dash right. Dash right again. Dash down. Okay. This screen, you did the right thing to dash right, but you stopped your dash too early. So you're going to be dashing down right here, but you're going to have to readjust to the right anyway. So you want to stop your dash right here, and then you want to dash down on the corner. That's going to line you perfectly up with the stairs on the next screen. Because now, since you dash down here, you're probably going to have to readjust to the right. I would only assume. And here's your readjustment. There it is. And then you dash down. Okay. This screen, maximize your dash again. There's no reason for you to angle here and go off. As soon as you come up the stairs, go straight. Hit A at the edge of this. So you quit. Do you quick hop here? Okay, so you do. So you want to fall here and then dash left instead of angling, falling here and then dashing. You want to maximize. Okay, then you want to dash right. Okay, you do that. Nice. Dash right again. Dash up. So this one right here, you want to make sure you dash up on this left wall. You want to dash all the way up here and then stop your dash right here. Just so this spark can pass you. So you dash up, you stop here, the spark passes you as you go left, up, and then once you're right here, this spark is already going to be around. It's going to be right about here. And then once you hit this position, you can stop and then dash up. Make sure you dash up on the left wall. That's going to line you up with the staircase on the next screen. Okay, this one right here. I don't know if you do it or not, but this fire bar is what creates the lag that you have right here. If this fire bar is going down, that means he's almost going to be off screen by the time you get here, which tells you that you can go up the stairs and you can dash right, but you can dash right a lot lower because this fire bar is leaving the screen. If this fire bar is like chilling up here a lot higher, that means when you go up the stairs, you want to stop right here and then dash right much higher. Okay, so you dash right, that's perfect. All right, so for this one right here, as soon as you dash all the way up, this fire bar is going to be out of your way 100% of the time. So don't stop your dash being nervous you're going to run into the fire bar. You want to stop your dash right at the wall, and then you want to hold up and angle right at this wall until you unlock the door, and then you want to, boom, snap into it. Okay, got it. Ooh, you were a little off on the key dash there. Okay, let me go back here. So out of this one, you can just hold up here and then dash left. There's no reason to angle out of this. I'm not sure why you angle out of doorways so much. It baffles me. But to be honest with you, I used to do the same thing. So until somebody points it out to you, you're like, holy crap, I really do that a lot. Just go up and then maximize your dash and dash right through this guy. Okay, that was good. That was good. Okay. That was a decent hellway. Not bad. Okay, this one. Alright. I'm going to tell you optimal movement in this room just because you picked up the pot and you threw it right away. The two strats, you can pick this pot up. You can walk it up to the top here and throw it down and hit the switch. But optimally what you want to do is you want to angle out of this door and line up right in this corner. And as you're facing up, hammer this pot to grab the key. And because you're so close to the switch, your hammer's also going to hit the switch. As soon as it hits the switch, you want to angle up to the right, exactly where this pot was, but you want to be in this tile. That'll put you right in between these two spikes. And as you line up in this tile, you can start your dash upward. And as you're wasting the frames to dash, these spikes right here are going to start going left perfectly to time your dash upward. And same thing for movement. Stop your dash here. Hold angle up and right to unlock the door, and then boom, snap into it. Okay, that was good stair cancel for lag. That's a good pause buffer. Not gonna say anything about that. Ooh, ouch. Yo, those crickets are mean, dude. Or grasshoppers, whatever you want to call them. Okay. I would assume you switch to powder right here after this spike screen. You do not need to hit right here. As soon as you're out of the doorway, you can dash immediately down. I mean, obviously time it when these spikes hit here just like you're gonna time it here, but you don't have to take a step right. Powder? Yeah, okay. That's a great pause buffer to switch to hammer, dude. That was a good screen. Nice job. Okay, that was good. Hammer this guy. Yep. Okay. You could have evened yourself out with the doorway a little bit there so you didn't have to nudge in there. That was good. Okay. Why'd you move out of this guy's way? You could have just kept dashing up. You'd have been fine. You didn't need that heart. Okay, you get a fairy in a bottle. Gotcha. You always want to grab the key before you talk to blind. It's faster. Grab the key, then talk to blind. Okay, that's not bad. See if you get any tiles on this screen. Oh, you got one. That's not bad. Alright, this screen right here. What you want to do is you want to walk. You want to walk all the way till here until you get to the middle of the conveyor. So two things to look for. If the blue jelly is not electrified when you come out of the door, that gives you the perfect key to walk to the middle of the conveyor, and then you can dash all the way up. If this guy's not electrified, don't even worry about the red jelly. You can dash through him every single time. And you can get all the way to the top and then dash right through the doorway. If this jelly is electrified, there is a couple of things to do, but the faster strat is to walk to the left conveyor here and dash up to the left of the blue jelly. And okay, so we're talking about this guy being electrified. You're gonna dash up to the left of him, and because you're on the left side, once you get about here, you're gonna be almost dashing off the conveyor. So stop your dash here, and then just walk up and dash right. So here, you could have dashed through this guy right here, but I think you stop. I'm not sure why you try to stop there. You probably would have been fine dashing all the way up. Okay. Grab those arrows, nice. I usually hammer that pot, but it's discretion what you want to do. That wasn't that bad of a screen, honestly. I mean, a lot of people walk there, that's fine. Alright, after you kill blind here, I'm gonna put this on pause, just because I need to take a 2-minute break. Alright, give me 1 sec, I'll be right back. All right, I'm back. Let's knock the rest of this out. Hopefully this recording goes well. I guess I didn't really test it beforehand, so hopefully my voice and everything lines up with the gameplay. Because I know I've had a lot of audio issues and desync issues lately.
Thank you.
So hopefully.
Oh, that's tough. Like, don't die.
Okay. Don't dash out of here. As soon as you come out of here, just angle down and then just walk down and dash right. Whoa, what's going on with the video? Same thing with the frog. It was the same thing with Sash. You don't have to kiss him. You can be a tile away and still be able to talk to him. Alright, so you're lined up with the staircase, which means you'll get a quick warp here. But when you're talking to him, hold down the whole time you're talking to him, because that way you'll turn around and you'll be ready to dash out. Whoa, 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 whoa. Alright, so here, you can hop off the ledge right here. So, like, if you're in between the ladder and the cliff, you can just hit A and hop off. Don't walk down the stairs. Not going to talk about fence dash. I don't even know if you go for it. You do. So that's a frame rule. Okay, hold on a sec here. So that's a frame rule. As soon as you screen transition out of here, you want to hit left and A on the same frame to go 1 pixel to the left. Then you can dash up. On your dash into the house here, you want to stop your dash here and dash through the top and then enter the door. Okay. Same thing with that. Dash through the top flowers, not the bottom ones. Alright, once you stop your dash here, you're going to want to walk. Walk left until you hit the middle of the pathway, then dash up. Okay, that was good. That was a good screen. Alright, for that one, you don't move left here. You just want to dash straight up right from the screen transition up. See how you hit here? That's because you moved left. You can dash all the way right here before you cancel your dash. Okay. Okay. Yeah, you bonk a lot. You just got to work on your movement here. I mean, you're in the right spots. Okay, you're gonna use boomerang against mummies. That's fine. This room kind of stinks. Ouch. Yikes. Say you need to work on the mummy room just a little bit. I would have probably slashed that hand rather than wait. Probably wasted a lot of time waiting. You can line up your dashes so you dash through those enemies instead of stopping and slashing them with your sword. This screen right here. This screen is a perfect screen to dash all the way right here, and then pause buffer to your fire rod, and then go up. E-dash. You can hold up and right out of that doorway so you pick up the right pot instead of the left. A lot of optimal ways to do mummy room, but the way you're doing it is just fine. Okay, choose to fire on that guy, that's fine. So right now, before you fall down this, or as you're falling down the hole, I would switch to mirror. Mainly because, one, you're going to need mirror right away, and two, I suppose you do have one fire rod shot here. A lot of stuff with Moth, dude. I would definitely work on your Moth fight. He's sitting on the top of those spikes. You can poke him, which will hurt him and not have him hit the spikes. I would work on that a little bit. Just positional slashing on Moth, especially if he is on like far right side by the spikes too. You're going to want to hit him from the very right side, so you hit him left away from the spikes. Gonna kind of suck because I know I have some desync stuff on, so I probably should have tested everything before I jumped right into it. So I guess my fear is my voice isn't going to line up with what I'm doing on screen. So if it doesn't, I apologize. So hopefully you're able to just kind of piece stuff together. Suppose you can watch my mouse cursor and probably understand what I'm talking about anyway. Oh, what? Whoa, whoa. Whoa, wait a second. Alright, so for this screen, what you want to do is you want to go down here and then you want to dash up on this side. Much better transition. You didn't have to walk above that ropa. You could have just went straight right. He wouldn't have hit you. Try to go for the heart. Got you. I tried a menu buffer to the mirror after I bonk, because you're going to need that first anyway. Okay, so you do it after. Okay, so that was bad, because that puts you out of the quick warp. You want to hold up before that thing lands, so you're on the right so you're on the right X axis for a quick warp. Also, never dash into Zora's domain. It gives you too many leg frames. Okay, so oh jeez, Zora's screen is really hard to optimize. What you want to do is you want to dash right from the beginning here, and then you want to dash up till you hit this spot. And you can use a lot of visual cues. There's a lot of bubbles around here on the water, so you want to dash right up to here. You want to walk right, and then you want to dash up. So this will maximize your dash all the way up, avoiding this corner right here, and you can stop your dash right here. Then you just want to angle walk all the way to right here. Okay, and then as soon as you hit this spot, you want to dash left. You want to dash left till right here, and that way you can dash all the way up on this edge. Okay. All right, so you stopped your dash a little bit too early. You want to stop your dash here on the grass. It is a little bit higher, but since you're going to be on the grass, your dashes are going to be faster, because right now you're dashing in the water. That's going to slow you way down. So dash up to the grass here, and you're going to want to dash all the way right on this grass edge. Okay. You want to stop on this bubble. So like I said before, there's a lot of visual cues to use. Stop on this bubble, and you want to dash right all the way till the very end of this corner. And then you're going to want to walk down till you see this bubble, and then you want to dash right. Right, and as soon as you dash from this bubble, you can dash all the way right, and you can dash over the corner of this here and all the way to this bubble. And then you can angle walk all the way up till here. Want to dash, okay. Alright. That last part was a decent dash as well. So it's just creating your own visual cues is really important in this game. It will help out with your movement so much. And let's see what you do with this bubble here. Okay, that was perfect. You stopped right on that bubble to dash. That was a perfect visual cue, dude. Okay, so kind of a neat thing I'm gonna tell you about. So I would stop my dash here and then dash down. So here's kind of a neat thing not a lot of people know about Zora's domain. You will exit Zora's domain at the same position that you entered it. So just say when you dashed up to Zora's domain, you dashed on the far left side to enter Zora's domain, right? So even if you dash here and you dash out of Zora's domain on the far right side, you are still going to exit on the far left side. So that's something good to keep in mind. Okay. Let's go back here. All right, so this one right here, I'm not sure if you were just trying to farm a heart from the crab, but you did the right thing. You want to angle walk to right here. And then you want to dash down so you hit this slope and you continue to dash all the way through. Yeah, that spot just sucks getting hit. That warp it's tough to get into to optimize. Okay, let's see if you hit this quick warp here. Should be on the bottom left. No. Alright, you want to pick this up and you want to enter the warp on the bottom left of the warp. That'll put you in the quick warp. Okay. And this part sucks without beams. This part really sucks without beams. You did pretty much the best you could without it. Okay, that was a good stair cancel. Don't dash up there. Do not dash up there. Okay, that was a good screen. You could have been a little bit more left on the pop, but that was still good. Whew. I'm not sure if you know how to hit that perfect pixel there. You can damage boost to hit that perfect pixel. If you don't know how to do that, let me know and I'll show you later. Just barely got that line up in time. I would invest in learning the hammer strat after the jump here, because you save so much time being able to dash over that fire bar. If you don't know how to do the hammer strat, let me know and I'll show you. Penguins is also a little tough too sometimes. A lot of different strats for Lonely Fire Bar Room. If you want to know optimal, let me know. You can spend some time and I'll show you. Should have went on the right side of the block because that jelly was there. I would work a little bit on your cold stare. The cold stare corner was pretty good from you. I would work on your fire rotting. You don't have to go that far right to start fire rotting on cold stare. And also optimally, you want to make sure you get through all 8 fire rods before the first ice block drops. Alright, so you elect to go get Ether and Ice Rod before... Oh, because you do Misery Mire before Swamp. That's why you're probably doing this. I got you. I already talked before about spin speeding and the pathway to take there. On that part, if I lose a heart, I only swipe the left flower. Just because when you go to get Ice Rod, those crabs have a super high drop rate for hearts. There's more of an optimal way to do that bomb there. Started your dash way too late out of that room. If you get quick warp here. Hot. You want to be lined up in the very middle of that warp to get the quick warp. Oh man, I'm really tired. Wasn't bad just because you didn't have beams. I know Mire 2 sucks without beams. Ooh. Taking a hit from that Wiz Robe. Shouldn't mean too much to you though since you have powder. But once you start doing runs without safeties, that's going to be really important. Oh yeah, always dash in that bottom one from the get-go. Alright, let's see how these next two rooms go for you. So I always stop my dash for a second just to avoid that fireball. This room. So you can immediately dash out of this door. So as soon as it transitions, dash right from the door, stop your dash right about here. And you want to swipe this jelly with your sword, but you want to swipe him from the front. So you're swiping left, pushing the jelly a little bit more left and having the key drop right about here. That way you can hit this switch and pretty much go immediately left to grab the key and open the door. Okay. Good. Okay. Wasn't bad. You want to dash down and then immediately dash right on the top conveyor. If the slug happens to get in your way, I just fire rod it. Because you're going to get full magic in that pot right away anyway. So I'll fire rod the slug if he gets in my way. Or if I dash down and dash right and I'm walking up and the jelly is right in front of the pot, I will fire rod the jelly as well. You want to dash immediately out of the doorway there into the hole. Alright, what pathway do you take here? Ooh, ouch. Okay, you took the right pathway. You just went a little too far right on your initial dash. That's why you hit that fire snake. Okay, that was fine. Whoa. Oh, that's right. You're doing Mire first. You don't have hook shot yet. Okay, that's fine. You didn't have to go that far down from the spikes to dash up. Go back here. Alright, so when you get out of this doorway, you can just hold angle down left. You can go like right here along this pathway. You won't get hit by the spike. And that way you can dash up right here. Okay. Alright, you immediately hold right. That's good. I can't freaking see. Okay, for this one, you immediately hold right out of the door. You pick up the pot, and then you go up. And you'll have enough time to hit the switch when your iframes goes out. But you want to take this pathway. You want to go, like, hold angle up left here. And then go left above the fire thing here to open the chest here. And once you open the chest here, go back right, start your dash, and dash all the way up to this wall. And then, just like before, hold angle up left, unlock the door, and then snap into it. Dang, 1 heart, dude. You got real close. Dashing into that whiz robe was so risky, dude. So risky. Especially with 1 heart. Alright, let's see what you do here. You do not have to go back for magic. You do not need that magic pot. All you need magic for is 2 canes. That's it. Which is like next to no magic. So never go back for that pot. Never. Alright, so for this room. This room kind of sucked for you because you were already on cane. But what you want to do is you want to dash along this wall just like you are. Once your dash hits this spot, you want to pause buffer. Pause buffer to the cane. That way when you unpause, you can immediately go down and you'll be lined up perfectly with this pot. Okay? And that way, you have just enough time to hit right here as these fireballs are going here. You hit right, and then you dash out. Ooh, ouch. Okay, that's in the right spot. It's not bad. You got to work on that a little bit. So something I've been noticing a lot with you lately. Okay. Right here, to go to your bombs, your input should be down right. So that's only 2 inputs. But instead you do 4 inputs. So that's just something you got to work on a little bit. Just to kind of know where you're at in the items and what inputs you need to get there. If that makes sense to you. Trust me, I know iteming is a lot harder than it sounds. I still have troubles as well. You skip firebar here? You do not, okay. So if you go in that staircase, you can skip the firebar. Just go into it quite a bit, and then dash left. Whoa. Okay, this is different. Not that it's bad, it's just different. So I would look at the tutorial video by I think it's Joe D'Amelio. It's on my spreadsheet. I would watch that. That's the WQ WQ is very, very good. It's only 3 swipes, or I'm sorry, 3 spins at a minimum of like 3 heart losses. So that one is very, very good to learn. And you also get a 0 cycle with it too. So that strat is very, very good. Off to swamp. I'm really surprised at how many safeties you actually get. I mean, you get net, you get bottle, you get mushroom powder, you get gold sword, you get silver arrows. Like, I feel like your gameplay is... Okay, this one right here. Alright, we'll talk about gameplay in a second. So this screen, what you want to do, you want to line up with the bottom of this statue. And as soon as you get to this spot right here, you want to sword beam this guy and kill him. You don't want this guy to stay on screen because he gives you lag when you teleport. So line up, move forward, sword beam this guy to kill him, lift this up. Now if you're lined up with the bottom of this statue, when you lift up this rock, you're actually able to pass the portal. And you want to enter the portal from the bottom left side. That will give you the quick warp. Do you not item dash here? So as you come out of here, you hold angle down right until you get here. And then once you hit here, you can item dash, hit this slope, it'll bring you down, and you'll item dash through this. And then stop your dash right here. There is a quick warp right here. You just got to be, I mean, I think a couple pixels from the right side of the wall to hit quick warp, I'm pretty sure. I wouldn't have dashed there. You could have just walked. It'd have been faster. The only reason you dash there is if you dash absolutely perfectly. Let's go back here. Do you know how to dash down after you pull a switch? As you're pulling the switch, just hit A and down to dash, and it will automatically start a dash as you're pulling the switch. Okay. So Swamp Palace is pretty tough to maximize your movement because you get hit by a lot of stuff and you're always going through water. So movement is very important here. Okay, so first screen. First screen, you want to dash out of the doorway until you hop in the water. Swim across, go up the ladder, and that will give you perfect timing to dash up and be able to dash up through all 3 enemies. So you still got good RNG for dashing, but it could have been much, much faster. So you want to be out. You want to be on hammer at this point. All right. So this screen right here. So this screen, obviously, you picked up the bomb because you needed it. Always look at your bomb management. If you are low on bombs or have 0 bombs, you're gonna want both of these pots. But what I would do is I would hammer the first pot, pick up the second one. If you don't need a bomb, just dash down to the bottom pot and hammer it. Grab the key and then angle down left towards this door. All right, this screen. All right, what you want to do here is very, very simple. As soon as you get out of the doorway, just hold down and left. You're going to hold down left, So you get all the way down here. You brush up against the corner of this till you're a little bit lower, and then all you do is dash left. That movement is so much cleaner than trying to go up here, hit this guy, try to hit this guy, get hit by the jelly, maybe get hit by the fireball here. It's just a lot of trash. Yep, look at that, exactly. I had no idea what was going to happen, and I totally called it. Okay. So right here, once you get to the bottom of the stair, just tap right and dash up. That way you're lined up down here and dashing up versus angling up and dashing. All right, this screen too, don't dash, just walk. Walk out of here, hammer this pot, and it should automatically pick up the key if you delay a second. Don't walk up and pick up the key. Just push yourself against this pot real quick, hammer it, and then start your dash. And as you're waiting for the frames to dash, you'll collect the key and then hit down, and then you'll dash out. Yeah, I don't know why you try to dash there. Just walk straight out of this door until you hit the bottom of this stair right here and dash left. Same thing with doors in this one. Just hold angle up left till you unlock the door and then snap into it. Yeah, the skeleton was being a bully. That wasn't bad. Okay, that was perfect movement in that room. That's exactly what you need to do. Same thing with that staircase. Same thing with this pot as the earlier one. Okay, that was perfect movement out of the door. That's exactly what you're supposed to do. Let's go back. Don't dash off this edge, just walk. And because you're dashing up, you want to maximize your movement, right? Or maximize your dash. So that means you want to walk and jump off the edge right at this lower part right here, which means you're going to land here, which means you're at the lowest part of the water to maximize your dash up. Left. Okay, that was good. All right, for this room, you want to be as high as possible. You want Link to be like right here. When you hit this switch, then you can just go left. Okay, that was good timing on the switch. Nice job. Okay. Try to dash out closer to the wall so you maximize your dash a little bit better. You want to dash left there. Okay, that was fine. There is an optimal hammer dash for that screen, but do what's comfortable for you. Do what's consistent. Alright, you should have dashed right out of the doorway there. You wouldn't have got hit by that fire bar. Or fire snake, I should say. Dash up. Okay, right here. Alright, right here you want to dash up. Some of these doors are a little bit different. The corner of this door does not cause you to lag. So what you want to do is you want to dash all the way up to the top of this wall and then cancel your dash with angle up right. And then just push angle up right against this wall all the way into the staircase. Wasn't too bad. Could have been a little bit cleaner on the block push. Okay. That was a nice item dash. Okay. That's good. good maximizing your movement there. All right, here we go again. Same story. All right, look where you are out of this doorway. You go out of the doorway and you angle down. Remember to maximize your dash. So come out of this doorway, go down, and then dash right from here. Yeah, that jelly was electrified. If I see that jelly electrified or just start to be electrified, I'll probably dash on the bottom. So it's just RNG reaction on what you're doing. Alright, once again, don't dash off the edge. Alright, do you know how to do this hook shot? I don't think you do. No, you definitely don't. Okay. Alright, so here's the trick. When you go up these stairs right here, you want to hold angle up and right. So as you leave the stairs, you brush up against the side of this statue. That's very, very important here. So angle upright, brush against the side of the statue, and then just hold up. So you're right on this line here. You hold up, you open the chest. All right. And as the text is coming up saying, hey, you got the hook shot, you want to hold angle down right from this position. And that will bring you all the way to the corner here. As soon as you feel yourself hit the corner, you want to stop, switch to your hook shot, and then hook shot right from this corner. Don't move anymore. Hit the corner, switch to hook shot right. And if you do that, you'll hook the corner of this, pick up the pot, and then you're able to hook shot to this pot right here, which will save a lot more time. All right, see how far you went up to hook shot these pots? You can be much lower to hook shot the pots here. Okay, so you item dash that. That was perfect. That's exactly what you're supposed to do. Pick up that arrow pot from the top and then dash up to the door. Alright, you always want to dash. Once you get out of this doorway, just dash. Because if this guy's going to be lower, he won't hit you. But since you're in the water, all the way from the doorway to here, that's more than enough to dash in the water, because water already slows you down. If he does come up here, you're already dashing and you dash right through him anyway. So dash left, dash up. Why did you go so high there? So as soon as you exit the doorway, just dash right along the bottom of this wall, all the way to the waterfall. And you want to dash up to the waterfall as well. Okay, grabbing some hearts. Let's go back. Alright, you always want to pay attention to your arrows. This top pot has arrows. Very, very important. The more arrows you get now, the less arrows you'll have to get later. Okay. Ouch. Yeah, practice. I would practice this swimming room. Right. You don't try to item dash this, do you? Okay, good. 1, 2, 3. Why do you swing so many times? You know you only have to swing once, right? Okay, you're probably... Wait, where are you going? You're probably going to get bomb, right? Got confused for a second there. Bush skull. Holy smokes, Batman. Oh, why'd you go right? You hook shot the bottom of this tree? Nice, dude. Okay. Never dash into that portal. Never ever dash into it. Cancel your dash right before it. It lags you way too hard if you dash into it. You can be lined up with that bomb. It's not going to hurt you. Instead of walking all the way right, waiting for it to explode, just stay there. Like, of course you want to drop it off, but walk back toward it and make sure the timer is still going. Are there any safeties that you think you can drop at this point just to help out your time? So I'm not sure how well you are with Silverless Ganon. Alright, going to T-Rock. You don't get half magic. I mean, powder's gonna be the last safety you drop, for sure. So I feel like with more consistency, you should be able to drop bottle and net pretty soon, as long as you still have powder. Maybe gold sword and silver arrows. But I would definitely work on consistency first. Once again, for your item input, that just could have been a down left instead of a left down down. Left. You can item dash here with Quake, because there are two little stairs right below Quake there, and if you do item dash correctly, you can get super speed while walking and jumping off the ledge there. Just a little tidbit, not sure if you knew. I would definitely dash up to those pots. So let's see what strat you do here for these next two rooms. Okay, nice hook shot. That's good. Now, do you go for the mirror here, or do you go for D-boost? Ooh, ouch. Oh god. Okay, let me... Oh god. Oh god. Okay, oh Jesus, okay. Alright, so... I would say unless you are... God, this is a hard decision. Unless you are 100% consistent with this room, just mirror. If you mirror at the top of this room, you only lose 5 seconds. But on the flip side, if you really want to get to learn this room, it's good, because even if you take a little bit of damage, you still have powder. So, I mean, that's your safety. for this room, you want to immediately dash from the doorway up. Okay, what you do, so you stopped perfectly. I would hook shot to the right. This room, it's going to be really hard to explain this room, dude. I would say if you want to learn the optimal strat, just let me know on Discord and I can hook up with you and I can go through all the optimal strats that you want to learn. And then I can share screen on Discord with you and help you out that way. That screen's pretty tough to learn.
I should have just mirrored out.
Oh, you said you should have just mirrored out. Yeah, I completely agree with that. Hands down. Especially because you're not getting a fairy drop. Oh, the chain chomp room. Fun stuff. Do you get hit here? No, nice job. Oh, dude, you almost walked right into that guy. Okay, that wasn't bad. Surprised you didn't powder that fairy. That's okay. We got 4 fairies coming up anyway. But if you got hit by that pokey, dude, you'd have been done. Okay, you grab those arrows. Nice. Okay, you're going for the powder. Okay. That bottom left pokey, yeah, you did fine. There is a more of an optimal strat to use for that, but honestly, at this point, I wouldn't even worry about it. Waiting for it to go above the skull is just fine. Okay, you hit the switch on the way out, and you get the anti-fairy skip. Nice, dude. That was a good exit. Nice job. Okay. You got tagged. Ooh. Ouch. Ouch. Yeah, I would work on those pokey rooms for sure, dude. Okay, right there, this room. My mouse. Okay, so for this room, you did what you were supposed to. Because if that double pokey room takes longer, this roller pin is in different spots. But I would have waited right here. And when this roller passes left, you can squeeze through here and go up to the door instead of waiting. Look how much room that gives you. You can easily squeeze right through there and go up. Instead of waiting an extra cycle. It took a little bit longer to dash there, so this room might not be good for you. Oh, why are you using blocks, dude? Okay, so there's literally like 5 different ways to do this room. Just knowing what you have first is better. So you have full hearts for beams. I would have went for a beam strat here. So you stand on the blocks just like you did, but instead of throwing out a block, you just beam upward to the crystal switch. See, right now you're already way behind. Even if you're still using beam strats, it doesn't give you enough time to walk all the way right and beam. Like, this thing is already on its way back. So what I would have done in this situation, open the chest and wait on the blocks until this thing passes left and starts going right. Like, you didn't even have enough time to bonk over. So just knowing where you are situational is always good too. Okay, see how your laser skip goes. Okay, that was good. Oh boy. I think you got a fairy. I would definitely work on your laser skip for sure. You're probably gonna get hit on the way out. Ooh, nice. Okay. I would work on that laser skip. Okay. I mean, if you're comfortable with that strat, stick with it. Obviously, the Kain Dash is a little bit faster, but that strat's just fine. One for backdoor, interesting. 1, 2, switch. Okay, there you go. 3. Okay. Wasn't bad. You are way too far left there. Way too far left. Yep. Okay. Let me go back here. I wish I could freaking see this thing. Okay, hold on. Oh, that was almost perfect. So, this is a good visual cue. So, you have the hole to the shell, right? Where Trinex comes out of. So, this green part of your sword here, which is like the whatever, I don't even know what you call it, like the top part of the handle. Line up this green part of your sword with just about the middle of the opening, right where my mouse is, and you want to be probably like right here, just a little bit further up, and that way you're able to get a double spin out of it. Alright, so I'm excited to see this G tower because I did not see it last night. I fell asleep. G tower is a very hard dungeon to optimize. Okay, it's a good item dash with the hook. Okay, it's good transitions there. Look at that, dude. Like you're minus a minute 11 going into G tower with 7 blue balls. That's incredible, man. Okay, that was good. Like with a little bit of consistency and fixing some of these movement stuff, like, dude, your time is gonna drop so big. Okay. that skeleton was in an unfortunate position. That was fine. Yeah, that was good. Not bad. Yeah, that was good. Tower looks pretty clean so far. I would go through the right portal, to be honest with you. Work on going through right portal. It's quicker. Okay, that was good. Okay. Oh no! That was probably just a player error, so I'm not going to talk about that. It's alright. You got enough arrows, plus you have silvers. Okay. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. Yikes. Gotta work on your arrow timing for Armos. Switch to your bow. There you go. Okay. You took a lot of spike hits in this room, dude. Okay, so optimally what I do is I fire an arrow here and I dash down. I dash down till right about here. Once I get to here, the second I walk into the spike, I start dashing. And you're able to dash all the way till right about here before you get hit from a spike again. And yeah, you did that fine. This room is a hard room to optimize. That strat right there is perfectly fine. You messed it up a little bit, but overall it wasn't bad. Dang, you got 4 hearts. I can't remember if you have a fairy or not. This room is pretty hard to not get hit by spikes in. I have a really good strat for this room where you don't get hit by the spike like 98% of the time. That's a bad spot to start your dash. Let me know if you want to learn that spike room. I can show it to you. Eh. Oh god. No. You should have just sorted him from the beginning. I don't know if you have a fairy or not. Oh god. Do you have a fairy? Ouch. You have a fairy, okay. You definitely need to practice your gauntlet, man. Make a save state at Gauntlet 1 and just go through all of Gauntlet over and over and over and over. I can give you some tips on Gauntlet. That helps me a lot. That's something that we can do. We could share a screen together and I can show you some tips on it. That guy sucks, dude. Okay. Okay. Wasn't too bad. Okay. Oh no. You should have swiped that guy. That's fine. Wasn't bad. Dang, down to 4 hearts again. Oh, well, you got powder. Okay. See how your lambos go. Bad place to stand. Gotta try to manipulate that fireball a little bit better. because that happens. That fireball hit you when you were in the perfect position and you got screwed. Good Wizrobe room. Huh? We had to go for the long strat. That's alright. I wouldn't have picked that pot up just because you didn't need magic. I would have just went around it. Didn't need that magic pot either. For this next room, you'd have had enough. Well, because you missed one, you wouldn't have had enough. Okay. So you must go for anti-fairy chest, I would assume then. Well, why'd you wait so long to throw that bomb out? What's going on? I'll have to show you a better strat for that room. That room was fine. There is a faster way to do it, which I can show you. Yeah, for G Tower, I'm not really explaining too much just because there's a lot of strats that are really hard to just explain. Like, you literally have to, like, see it and do it. But most of your big movement stuff I've already gone through pretty thoroughly, so I feel comfortable with that. That's a hard pixel to get to dash into that door, by the way. Okay. How Ega 2 goes. Dang, dude, you were so close to PB on this run. Lost quite a bit of time in GT. Definitely work on your Ega 2. I know Ega 2 sucks. It's freaking all like geometry. Stupid. Nice spot, dude. That was perfect spot. Honestly, if I would have had that spot, I probably wouldn't have gone there. That's because I'm not very good at Ega 2 either. So props to you on that. Oh, jeez, man. Ega 2 is not your friend. So the longer your Ega 2 fight is, the worse it gets because they get desynced. So if you go more than like 4 cycles, they start to desync really hard.
Oh my god, that's pathetic. 9, like...
Do you split on bat or do you split on Link landing on the platform? We'll see here in a sec. Okay, you split on Link hitting the platform. I split on bat. Okay. See how your Ganon goes. Started hitting at the right time. That's good. I don't think you're gonna get through this phase. Unless I'm wrong with Gold Sword. Oh, okay. You did get enough hits in, dude. Nice. Should have been, what, like 8 slashes with Gold Sword, right? I've never used Gold Sword before, so I have no idea. So it's 24th Master, 12 with Tempered, so maybe it's only 6 with Gold. So far, your Ganon looks pretty crispy. Okay, so... Okay, that's good. That's good, that's good. That's bad. That's really bad. That's really bad. Remind me to show you how to do Silver Ganon, dude. I have an amazing setup for Silver Ganon. I have a setup where you can kill Ganon with 4 arrows and lighting the torch only 1 time. Didn't miss PB by that much. I think once we fix some of these movement things with you and work on a couple of rooms, work on a couple of bosses, your time is going to drop significantly, and it's going to come out of nowhere.
Test that PB away.
But nice. I mean, overall, congrats on finishing a full run without resetting. That's the start of a lot of progression for you. Other than that, a lot of stuff to go through. Hopefully you take some good notes on this video. Start practicing a little bit, incorporating some of these movement fixes. There's a lot of rooms that we can optimize. Just reach out to me, let me know. I will help you optimize these rooms much better. Optimize the bosses, and we'll see what we can do for your time. Hopefully my voice isn't desynced so bad to this video that you just can't understand anything. Honestly, it might be because I have a lot of desync issues, so I'm really hoping it doesn't. Yeah, hopefully this helps you out a little bit and we can work on your stuff together.